in the process of taking it off, I broke two of the little things there that hold it in place. So I just figured for a couple bucks I snatched those one up at the yard. And I'm going to show you how to disassemble. And just because now I want to use my emblem as opposed to the one that's up there, I'm going to take this off. Now, I tried to press these out because it's got two little spots, and also you might find that you got some double stick tape around the edge. So on my case I happen to have some, so I had to pull it off. And once you get to those little pins, it's not going to press out as easy because there's double stick tape that's all around here that's holding it on. So I would suggest you finding, I used a butter knife and just start prying around the edge, all around the edge. Just easy, putting pressure and then down the middle to separate it. And as you see, there's double stick tape. That's all that's really holding it in place at that point. So for this one, we're going to attempt to do the same thing. Like I said, just trying to press it isn't going to do too much. So you're going to have to work your way under the emblem. See how it worked in there? And once you get a little leeway, just slowly start twisting it. Don't twist it hard. Slowly twist it, press it on through. And then at that point, just slowly start it twisting it. Now, I'm going to use that edge to go around, and as long as it's working with you, take it around. Don't force it, just slowly separate it when you get to a spot that's really sticky. Slowly, easy, apply a little pressure, slowly separate it. Then I just use my thumb as such. It's going to pinch a bit, but just slowly working on around and let it separate. Applying light pressure. You don't want to apply too much pressure because you may snap it. And at the same time, the emblem, you could possibly reuse it somewhere else. And don't force yourself up in there too much to scratch up the background. You just want to stay right around the edge, and you see after a point it just slowly starts to separate, and you just pull it right on off. Now at this point I'm going to go through and clean this up a bit. Okay, this is the one I'm going to use to replace it. And just take the back edge of the butter knife and just scrape a little residue off from the double stick tape. And as far as getting the double stick off of this, once again, use the back edge and just slowly peel it off. Being careful not to go over the background so you don't scuff it up. You should even be able to take your thumb and just roll it on itself, and you see it'll roll off as well. I do not suggest using a scrubbing pad because that scars stuff up. Wash it up. I have a soft sponge here. Do not use the scrub pads because put a little detergent up there. Now I'm going to brush the back side of the emblem. But with the front side, however, I'm going to use this soft sponge. Okay, now that we have these two pieces clean, I'm going to set them to the side and let them dry. Okay, now that I have the image cleaned up and the background is cleaned up, I want to apply the double stick on the back of the emblem. I'm going to take the straight edge, the clean edge, and that's the edge I'm going to apply to the outside. Now, to show you as well, when you get over that little nipple, you can press it over it. It will be soft enough to press down and press a hole into it as well. Cut it. Also, I would like to point out that if you decide to overlay it on that outside edge, which I may have done, in spots like as such as around there, then just once again come back with your razor or your sharp item, your knife or whatnot, and trim along the edge. Once again, being careful not to cut into your image. And also I'm holding it more to an outside angle away from the image as opposed to an inside angle. Hold it to an outside angle. I'm basically doing this because I have the materials and I just feel like trying to be crafty on my own and doing it. In some cases, you can probably find one at the salvage yard in mint condition. And if so, you probably would just want to pick it up instead of having to go through this. But I happen to be that one that likes to be crafty, and while doing so, show the process I take in while doing it. Okay, so that's the whole outside edge. Now to come in and do the inside. Now lining it up evenly on both sides might give you a better bonding or better coverage of the tape. Notice this portion is a little bit wider. side piece for the middle. Now to do a trim. So we're going to get this trimmed out and ready for placement. Once you have it trimmed up into your liking, go ahead and remove the double stick tape, that film. Okay, once you have all the backing removed off the double stick, it's time to place it back onto the background. Now, the hose does make it handy in lining up and positioning it. Now, this is where your little nipples will line up with your hose and help you with placement. Just gently work it into place. And once it's there, just go around and press it into place. If you press it like this, press it on a cloth or something soft to keep from scarring up your image. And there you have it. We have a new background with 4 clips to hold it in place. And we're ready for placement whenever it's time to reapply it to the vehicle.